Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today I'm doing my Plan With Me video. So let's get started while I finish filling out pretty much the month of March, which is absolutely wild. So yesterday I did my intro to my April challenge. And then the 24th, I did my week 12 video, which means we are currently, as we speak, doing week 13's video. I will link all the products I'm using in the description box below. I know, I've started doubling up my challenges, and I started my April one early. Because I was in the mood. And I had some time, and I'm just I really didn't feel like doing more than 2 portraits a day. I didn't want to burn out, and even though I've been doing 2 portraits a day for a while, I don't know, it didn't really speak to me to up that amount and add an extra hour to my day. So I started the April challenge early, which is 2 landscapes. And I'm just doing really simple studies from a book called Contemporary Landscapes in Mixed Media by Soraya French. And I am loving the gentle introduction as I build my confidence doing a new subject matter. I'm thinking about adding some notes though. That way I have something to fall back on when I go to do landscapes again. Okay, I started the 2 landscape thing on Tuesday, so I have 12 of those. And that's what it looks like so far. I know, March is almost done. How absolutely wild is that? Okay, let's go into my other planner. And I have my Copic multi-liner. I have the dates at the top and a dividing line. Let's start this one on this side, I think. So let's write down what I did. Let me zoom in. Okay, I hope you can see that date on there. It's the March 24th to March 30th. And then this is the March 31st to April 6th. So a week at a time. For cohesion, okay. I did 14 pastel portraits. So I'm definitely giving my pastels a good workout this year, which makes me happy. And then I did 12 Neo color 2 landscapes. I know. And then my week 12 video. And then my April drawing challenge video. Okay, so busy week. And I don't mind overlapping drawing challenges too much as long as it's not too stressful and I've carved out enough time and made it work for me. Okay, so I'm going to do a portrait. And I'm going to do my Neo Color 2s, and I'm going to show you how I typically use them. I don't typically use them like wax pastels, even though that's what they are, like drawing directly like that. I don't typically do that. So let me grab my supplies here. What are you? You're a 4. Okay, we'll grab my 3. Okay. Winsor Newton Cotman 3 round. This is the Faber-Castell pop-up cup. So I'm going to try and include that in here so we can see it all on the screen at once. And I'm not sure how many colors I'm going to use. So what I typically do is I dunk this to get it activated with water a little bit. You can hear my dog in the background. She says hi. She's feeling very chatty today. And I put it on my brush, and then I control the color I put with my paintbrush. Oh, we're getting a little bit of a weird shadows here. I want you to be able to see this. That way I can do more fine-tuned detail. So if you feel more comfortable with a paintbrush than you do with, say, this Crayola type size, then this is how I do it. It's not for everyone. These are a unique product. I have a video where I demo these, and I will link that in the description box below. Another really fun thing to do with these is to sharpen them and then take the shavings and put them into a watercolor, an empty watercolor pan, and then add a little water, and you've basically activated and created watercolors. And that's a great way to mix and match and make bar colors. So if I wanted a teal, I could sharpen my green and sharpen my blue and put those two together. And that's a lot of fun. I'm going to try and have fun here with the hair a little bit. But if you feel more comfortable with a paintbrush than you do, say, this size, this is a fun way to do it. And then, you know, if you're traveling or you like working outside and you want to do some watercolor things, this might be easier to pack than pans. You can just sort of blot them with a little towel or what have you to dry them versus waiting for pans to dry and worrying if they're leaking inside a bag. I don't really watercolor out in the wild. I've talked about this before. I get easily distracted. And if somebody were to ask me a question, like, what supplies are you using? Hey, what are you drawing? I would stop everything I was doing to answer them. And then I would get distracted and I wouldn't go back to creating. So I am naturally an extrovert. I am naturally chatty. Though you can hear the rain's picking up too. So out in the wild, I'm not good. I can't stay focused. I want to talk to people if they want to talk to me. I don't want to blow anybody off or anything, so. A little bit of eyelashes. A little bit of eyelashes. And then I really want a nose in here somehow. So. I have brought them camping watercolors where I could sit at a bench and I'm kind of, you know, I'm in my own camping spot. That's not really a big deal. But when it comes to just being outside or hanging out, I'm so distracted. I don't mean to be. It's just naturally occurring for me. Okay. I just blotted that to lift it so it's a little lighter. I'm going to take off some of the color that's on my brush so I can thin this out a little bit. And maybe I'll add another color. Let's add a little bit of pink here. I typically do things monotone, monochromatic. this planner just because for time and efficiency. And then you can really see the shape and what I'm going for. But I feel like she needs something more here. So we're going to give that to her. Maybe she has pink tipped hair. That'd be cool, huh? I used to dye my hair decades ago. With the blues and the greens. But I stopped. Okay. Let's blend that in a little bit better. So I'm just taking the pigment off. I'm taking the pigment off my brush here. So it's just a little bit of water. And again, if you're uncomfortable with this medium and you're new to it, the less water you use, you can always add more water later. Blotting water off can be a little bit harder. So, I don't want a little pink in the lips. Okay, so there she is, and these are Neocolor 2s. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful Monday, and I will talk to you later. Bye.